Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. At last, there's been many different things going on that stopped me from uploading new videos, but here we are, back at it. Now, where were we last time we left? We were working on the Fields of Fornost. We're gonna advance the epic, but in just a moment. First, we're gonna complete this quest in here. If you remember, we're tracking the evil spirit Olnathron. We just need to ride this horse here, and the horse will take us to the fortress we are tracking. So while we look for this spirit, let me tell you a little bit what has happened in the last few days. So first of all, as many of you might have noticed, there were some issues on LOTRO's side, and many servers were down for quite a few days, I gotta say, Arkenstone among them. So I play on Arkenstone, I wasn't able to log in. I didn't even try. I saw reports of different players that were getting issues like unable to retrieve your character, please contact support, and the like, so I didn't want to risk it. You have arrived at Lorne, Olnathron must be near. Strange idols can be found all over Lorne, spewing noxious green clouds into the Fields of Fornost. You should disable the idols and stop the spread of corruption from this evil place. So okay, that's one thing we'll need to do. So as I was saying, a lot of different players were reporting issues with the game. I didn't want to risk it, especially in the middle of recording. Any other character would be more manageable, I would say, but I didn't want to risk the game logging me out in the middle of recording the episode. That would have been not good. That on one hand. On the other hand, I was in the middle of moving to a new place. So looking to the bright side, at least both things happened at the same time, so I only had to endure one break from the game instead of two. Everything has been sorted out on LOTRO's side, it seems, and on my side as well. I have settled down on the new place. I did have to wait a few days while my service provider installed the internet for me, the internet connection, but that's taken care of as well, so everything turned out okay in the end. Now we're ready to get back to LOTRO and continue adventuring. I gotta say, I was missing it. I did take the time and the chance to check the Midsummer Festival at last, and it seems kind of fun, and some of the rewards were really good looking, so I'm trying to get some of those outfits for Beriathan, something of a civil attire if you want, something not as battle ready as what I am currently wearing. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that getting tokens for Midsummer is not so difficult, so I should have all the tokens I'm looking for by tomorrow. I could have gotten them today, but I decided, well, let's get back to recording and uploading so we don't miss any more days uploading. So this should be the last idol. And now let's face Olnathron. The Dunedain cannot withstand the might of the dead, and neither can you. You will all die, and this land will be covered in our fell shadows. So I think that was basically it. I believe there were more quests to complete in this area, but it seems I was wrong. So I need to get back to the horse, and the horse will take us back to the camp, and afterwards we should be good to go. Now, when you are venturing on this area doing this quest, you need to be careful because sometimes one of the Northdown's roving threats will be around the area, and that is a level 100 enemy. You don't want to stumble upon the guy. You don't have any chance against that. So let's take the horse back at the camp. Now,
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
I am glad you were able to disable those idols, for I believe they, fueled by Olnathron herself, have been responsible for the increase in the corruption of Fornost of late.
It's a sorry day.
Ah, my friend, I know, you have been victorious. A shadow that has darkened my thoughts has vanished. You have the gratitude of the Rangers. And for that, the rewards are not so good, but okay.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
You have been a great boon to us, but I would imagine that my friend Amarion needs your help more than I. He has stationed himself at Amon Raith, just east of here, guarding a number of refugees of the Northdowns. I know he could use help looking after them.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
I went many places in the Fields of Fornost. I came from a group of treasure hunters, you know, but we are still with him. I went to Amon Raith and heard the call of death. I sought treasure there, but I could not withstand the presence there. It is far to the east. Will you seek your own death? Mad. So, okay. I was doing a little bit of memorying here because I think this quest that we just begun, this quest chain we just begun with Colbert the Mad, will eventually get us to this encampment in Fornost, and in doing so we can also advance the epic. So, with that in mind, let us continue with the other quests that we just received. Let's go to Amon Raith and let's go to Amon Raith. What do we have here? Blood-Eye, a shadow beast of Fornost, roams near with his pack of snarling bargas. You should drive off the deadly Blood-Eye. And where is he? Over here. Ah, I see him now. No problem. All you hear. Perfect. You have defeated the evil Blood-Eye, silencing the chilling howls that haunt the southern fields of Fornost. So as I think I mentioned to you on one of the previous episodes, this is the first time I'm doing Northdowns after the revamp. Or well, technically the second time, as I did do some of the Northdowns with my card a few months ago, but it's still pretty new to me. And well, let's see how it goes. Alright. Let me double check. I think, yeah, we did use all the trade points we have so far. But we still have some ways to go before we can do level 31 and get the next one. So what does Amarion have to say?
What do you need?
Minkham sent you, did he? Good man, I could use a capable pair of hands around here. There are many mouths to feed.
Could I speak with you a moment?
You are welcome to rest here for a time, friend, but I am afraid that you will not find much peace. Evil things stir in Fornost, while the hills of Anundir to the east are ravaged by wargs. These people look to me for their defense. Alas, food is in short supply, and I fear to leave them alone while I hunt. Amon Raith was of old a defensible position, but I am only one man. If you choose not to heed my warning and travel east, might I ask that you hunt the boars that roam Minas Brune? They have taken over those ruins and show no sign of living. That we can do, but first let us check if we have something here that we can do. As far as tasks are concerned, broken wood spears, I don't think so. Curse fur, I don't see it. I know we have broken wood spears, yeah. But curse fur, I don't see. Boar skins, I'm not sure either. Dim dust, no. Glassy essence, no. And top sword shades, heavy. Okay, do we have anything here? A core skins, perfect. Broken wood spears, that should be enough to. And we have core swords and adamant shard, so that should be enough. Now, core spur, core skin, and I think that'll be all.
Oh, woe be me. Can't you leave me to my misery? Woe be me. Oh, it's a sorry day.
Okay, that should be the last one.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
Perfect. Now we can go to Minas Brune. And it's really close by, really. And this stable master we had already discovered on our previous way here, our previous trip. Now I think there is also one of the ranger markings in here for the history of the Dunedain. We are 5. Yeah, there should be. I'm quite positive, but I don't remember where. So let's take advantage of Break and Earn, but this is for tier 2, I believe, and we have already done tier 2 of Scholar. Yeah. Shame. Because there are a lot. I think yeah, here's the stone we're looking for. Yeah, the founding stone. We have another quest in here. Great. The monument's face is inscribed with faded words. Henneth Rune. Established in the first year of the reign of Arafor, son of Arbelek. Folk shall gather where commerce thrives. Found in stone. Okay, perfect. And now this quest. As you look upon the ancient statue, you realize that several significant small pieces seem to be missing, leaving holes where relics should be. The statue looks to have been looted but lately. Perhaps the missing treasures can be found nearby. The looters may have buried the pieces for a later recovery. So that's the boar meat, and now just need to find the treasure. Where the X's are marked, I believed. That has no effect, why not? We were not close enough. Okay. Yeah. We're just missing this too. Okay.
Greetings.
Relics stolen from an Arnorian statue. I am glad you saved them, Beriathan. Clearly it is not safe to restore them, though perhaps it can be done in more peaceful times. I will keep this safe, and they will be treasured when I return to Estelin, for this belonged to the men of Numenor. Well, we can take this. Okay, perfect. And we got the quest sheet, the tier 1. No title though. And for tier 2 we need to complete 15 more quests. Some LOTRO points.
How can I be of service?
You are as skilled in the hunt as you are welcome, Beriathan. This meat will last for a long while. The orcs and goblins cannot stay in Anandir forever, and with this meat I can feed the families of Anandir who have come to me for protection. You have my thanks.
Would you do something for me?
And now to the rangers, that's great. We have enough food now to last a good while, but the people under my care will not be satisfied until they have reclaimed their lands from the orcs and goblins that have invaded Anandir. We must be cautious. There is a camp of goblins on the slopes of the southern hills. Returning the refugees to their homes must start with the destruction of those goblins, but first I need to know their numbers. Travel east into Anandir and get as close to the goblin camp as you can without being seen. I do not want the goblins following you back to Amon Raith, so use stealth. But first, we have here, okay, Rangers of Estelin, the new deed, the deed that we have completed known to the Rangers. Leave that one for later. And 5 LOTRO points. And this guy has another quest for us.
I don't know if you can help me.
Our poor farm, overrun by wargs. We fled this way, and this kind ranger vowed to protect us from the dangers coming out of Anandir. I dare not go back. What if the wargs linger there? It is east along the road. I would dearly love to return soon. We have a livelihood to make there. So, let me double check my map. I think we can have this completed. We'll need to go back to turn this in anyways, and then afterwards I think it will send us further east. But before going east, we will go north. Who knows, maybe we are lucky enough to level to 30 before the end of the episode. We still have plenty of time, so we'll see. So first of all, scout the goblin camp. This was quite an annoying quest back in the day, if I remember correctly. The time for stealth is over, for a man nearby needs your help. Yeah.
How can I be of service?
Thank goodness, I thought I was done for. I ran from the works and was ambushed by goblins instead. You explained that the way to Amon Raith is clear of goblins and urged the man to head that way to come under a Marion's protection. Thank you, Beriathan, I will. You're not going further, are you?
Would you do something for me?
I would turn back if I were you. It's not but danger up ahead. The way you came is safe, right? Well, I'll head that way, to this Amarian fellow. Sounds better than trying to fend for myself out here. But for us is really simple. Now, what do we have here? Let's remove this one. Okay. So, the Stonehold Chief lights at the center of all the goblins' mischief in Anundir. You should defeat the Stonehold Chief and send a strong message to the goblins menacing these lands. That will do. So let's pull. Indeed, Goblin Slayer. $60 goblins. That should be simple enough. I think. Now let's see how many goblins we can pull. Oh, already completed the Stronghold Chief. You have defeated the Stronghold Chief, eliminating the greatest weight of the goblin threat in Anundir. Didn't expect that one, to be honest. That's it. So we're missing only one tent. Where can we get it to avoid some fighting? Okay, here it is. That's great. So we need to talk to Amarian, but first let's go to Nathan Hodge's farm and let's fight some wargs. So yeah, I don't remember the specifics of this quest chain before the revamp, but I do remember that the stealth part was longer and way more annoying. So I'm glad that was changed. Fences all over Nathan Hodge's farm have been broken by the marauding wargs. You should repair the fences in case the Hodges ever wish to return. And we have also the scarecrows. But the scarecrows are for attracting wargs. We did Orc Slayer, very good. How many do we need? 60? Very well. And here they come. How many more, I wonder? Maybe that's all of them? Seems that way. So let's get this fence and this scarecrow. Okay, here they come. Okay, here's the last two. Come here. That should be enough, I guess. So now we only need to repair the fences. The last one over here. Perfect. You have done a kindness to the Hodges, for there will be less work for them when they return. Hopefully they will soon be back at home, able to focus on getting back on their feet. And this is not as good as the one we already have, I don't think so. But let's take it anyway. So now we'll need to go back to Omarion and to Nathan Hodges, and I don't think there is a vendor on that camp. Doesn't seem likely. We'll just need to hold on to our things a little bit longer.
How can I be of service?
You have done well, Beriathan, and almost better than I had hoped. The goblins have surely heard our message. They are not welcome here, nor ever will be. I do not have the means to reward you as richly as you deserve, but I hope this small token will serve as a reminder of the good you have accomplished for Amarian and the people of Anandir. You're right, it's not that good, but no worries.
Can't you leave me to my
You cleared out the rest of the works that were hanging about. Thank you, Beriathan. You are a real hero. We'll go back soon and try to rebuild.
Might I take a moment of your time?
What a help you have been to us, Beriathan. I imagine that with the works driven off, we can put this area back to right. I must ask one last thing of you, my friend. Ornathron watches over Anandir from a lonely post. Very few folk come his way. Would you check to make sure that he fares well and offer him news of the Western Downs while you are there? So yeah, this is the guy that the quest that will have us go further east, but it's not time for us to go there yet. There is still plenty of work for us to do here. And Fornost is quite menacing, gotta say, in ruins and all. Gurthagar like sapper. A great shattering dread chills you to your bones. You have encountered Gurthagar, a terrifying presence in the Fields of Fornost. This ghostly being is strong from having pulled the light from lands around it. So where's this Gurthagar exactly? Ah, okay, I see him now. Would you... Come on, let me fight the other guy. Yeah, finally. Okay, so... Alive, whole and hale. Let me devour you. I will drain all that you have, all that you are. Think again, buddy. You have defeated Gurthagar, one of the chief forces of evil in the Fields of Fornost. And now we can investigate Amon. Roused Guardians of Amon. The ancient Guardians of Amon have awoken, pouring out of the tombs in a blind rage. Here we have the Morn. Who disturbs Amon? More thieves to unearth our treasure. Have a taste of death, thief. Doomort is enraged by the notion of thieves rummaging through the ancient tomb of Amon. That's it? No. Search for signs of looters. Okay. I do remember where that one is. entrance has been opened and you feel as if you are being watched. We can leave them all with bleeds and dots and they will die eventually. So yeah, this is super fast.
How can I be of service?
Clever to have found me out. The brothers Colbert, adventurers. That's who we were afore we adventured here. The brothers Colbert, grave robbers, afore we robbed the Bronx grave. The brothers Colbert making a fine living before Amon. Now it is just one Colbert, Colbert the Mad. It would seem that Colbert the Mad sent you here as a sort of confession to his crimes of robbing tombs and poking around where he didn't belong.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
You asked Colbert the Mad what happened here after he attempted to rob the graves of Amon. 2 went in and 1 came out. But I never came out, not really. The shades that stared as we cried loot, they stir now in my mind, always. I can never leave Amon, like the shades. Soon I'll be no more than a wandering ghost, just like them. Gotta find the stolen treasure. That's a little bit tricky, I don't remember where that one is. We have defeated a number of angry shades at Amon. Very well. So where's that chest? Okay. I've discovered a stolen chest surely enraged the shades, and none other than Colbert's brother. Kinda sad. Just gonna return this to where it belongs. Let's see. What else can we take here? Let's take all the task items. The wrath of the Tomb's Guardian has been appeased. Alright. Good. Alright.
How can I be of service?
My head, it is a little clearer now. The fog is receding. How strange. Do you know, it wasn't very wise for my brother or I to come here and start robbing random tombs. We are professional treasure hunters, but we separated from the rest of the group a few weeks back. We were seeking the riches of old Fornost. I wonder if the others are still encamped where we left them.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Would you like to explore Fornost City? We could see if my old companions are still there. Last I saw them, they had made an encampment within the gates, southwest of the city itself. I could meet you there. I think I will head back and join them. Mingham is a fine fellow, but a bit serious for me. Okay. So after all this while, we are finally ready to go to Fornost City itself. Although what we need to do for the epic is really not that risky, as we are only going to the gates for the epic. We'll enter the city to complete the side quest, but not the epic. So, what do we need to do before we enter the city? We need to find the Orcs and Wargs at the gates. Simple enough. Okay, so we have Orc Slayer. Okay, let's check that it now that we have time. Once again, 60 orcs. That isn't that bad. Just 2 more orcs. There we have them. Okay, we need to talk to Mingham now. But now that we're here, we can find the camp of the camp Colbert mentioned. Should be right here. There's plenty of stuff to do here in Fornost City. Okay, here it is, the treasure hunter's camp.
What can I do for you?
Ah, I knew you'd make it. You are too curious to stay away from much of anything, aren't you? Well, here's our little band. The folks gather up in the keep. They're knocking their heads together for some serious plans. I prefer it down here where sensible folks are thinking about how to survive. this isn't the most welcoming of places. Perfect! So what do we have here? Piercing Strike and Piercing Toss. Okay. Master Training, Use of Light, Explorer of the Lowlands. That's kinda weird, but okay. So we have new encounters available. Not exactly sure which ones though. Just leave that there. Explorer of the Lowlands. That's gonna take a while. Destination Eventing. Let's take it, even though I don't plan to do Norcoffin Farm in Beriathan. But let's see what we got. So we got Piercing Strike and Piercing Toss. So yeah, 313. That's another good dot, I believe. Yeah. I'm not sure it has any deed associated with it. And now we have Master Training, extra damage, and Use of Light. Oh, nothing too major. Daisy Appledore. The orders attached here are of great importance. If you find that you have the time to share, I would ask that you read them and come quickly to Bree. So yeah, this is gonna be our level 30 class quest. Beriathan, I have a task that needs attention and I thought of you immediately. Report to me in the Bree jail and I will explain what must be done. Daisy Appledore. So we'll go back to AC Appledore. We don't have a master in Bree, and our milestone is still set to the Lowlands, so it doesn't seem like a sensible time to go there. Let's do the quest in here. Let's see what else.
Would you do something for me?
I don't care one whit about orcs, goblins, treasure, or beasts. It's them worms that keep me up at night. Have you seen the size of them? It's unnatural. They're up north of here, slithering around. You can hear them hissing when all's quiet. So just to make sure that we don't miss, or that I don't forget actually, let's lock that class quest in here, as there are still many things to do before we can head back to Bree. So this is Captain Riamul, but that's the Fornost instance, so
will it give me
not gonna do any of the fellowship quests.
Friend, could you help me with something?
Would you do something for me?
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
Are conveniently grouped in there, but we have more quests here, solo quests.
What? I'll take a moment of your time.
Surely you have seen the corrupted miserable beasts that roam here. It is the long influence of Fornost's corruption, I think, that hurts them so. It would be a mercy to put them down, for it is no life to graze in these lands. And now...
Could I speak with you a moment?
Elsie hates all them worms, but I tell you, Goyarpan is the worst. We heard the orcs one night as they whispered, scared to come too close they were. They didn't want Goyarpan to eat them. I ain't seen the Great Worm, but he must be fearsome to scare those orcs. Yeah, Geralt, we have plenty of stuff to do here in Fornost. And, well, killing all these guys is surely gonna take us a while. So this seems a good place to end today's episode. Thanks once again for watching Citadel Guard Adventures. Meet me next time where we'll finish clearing up Fornost City. We'll go back to Mingham and continue the epic. Probably head back to Esteldin and do the class quest as soon as we have our milestone set for the North Downs. but we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Tune in next time and we'll see what happens. Thank you once again for watching. Take care and see you later.